Okay, so in this video I'm going to run through my super simple and effective 25-minute shoulder and arm workout. Now this is part of a 6-day template that I'm currently following. The first 4 sessions have to be very quick because I do them prior to a 12-hour night shift, so I need to be in and out of the gym. Now the premise behind this workout and all of my other routines at the moment is very simple. My primary focus is to add more weight to the bar over time. That's it. There's nothing complicated about it. I think part of being an advanced lifter is being more confident in actually doing less. Having faith in the exercises that you've chosen and the way that you perform them to deliver the results over time. As you become more of an advanced level lifter, it doesn't necessarily mean that your workouts should become more complex or even longer. And in fact, oftentimes the reverse is true. Assuming your form is consistent and standardized over time, and assuming you pick the right movements and understand progressive overload, then you can make fantastic results on a very minimal amount of workload. And I'm going to go into this in a lot more detail in an upcoming video. So without further ado, we'll get into the workout. It's pretty short. But before we do that, just let me remind you, I've got a completely free 4-day-a-week bulking routine. You can grab a copy. The link is in the description box down below. Also, the video that explains that protocol is underneath that as well in the description box. So go and have a look at that if you're interested. Okay, so first movement. Machine shoulder press. 1 set of 4 to 8. This machine feels very comfortable and it's quick to kind of get ready for. I don't need many warm-ups before I feel good and ready to perform this with a high-intensity set. That's one of the reasons why I've chosen this. This was a successful set. I managed the same amount of reps with 1.25 kilo more than last workout, and it's that simple. Second exercise, side delts, again just 1 set. Now the way I'm performing it here is really comfortable. And it feels great at the bottom. There's just slightly more stimulus, slightly more tension at the bottom of the movement this way compared to when you stand up. If your cable handle is coming from a very low angle and you're standing up, you'll feel that there's not as much tension on the bottom as there is at the top. But the way that this is angled and the fact that I'm kneeling down means there's kind of more tension throughout the entirety of the arc, and that feels a lot better. And again, I'm just using my micro plates here to kind of progressively overload as best as I can, but there's going to be not a lot going on in terms of weight progression on an exercise like this. You have to understand that because of the percentages. So third exercise, we're on to the preacher curl. This is something I'm doing maybe 3 times a week at the moment. This was a very good set. I added a rep and added 0.5 kilos. So for some time it was quite uncomfortable to do this. I had bicep problems. I'm very thankful now that I'm able to do them without any issues and making the most of that. So really trying to drive weight up. It's very simple. If I can get up to maybe 60k on a preacher for sets of 5, then I know my arms are going to be bigger than where they are at the moment by using 45 to 50 kilos. There's nothing complicated about it. And the last exercise, same premise, pretty much the same weight here. You should really have kind of more or less the same strength between the two. Maybe a little bit more on the tricep overhead extension, but it is a very difficult movement. So it's the same weight. And I managed 1 rep less. I went for that extra rep. So there's 0.5 more on the bar than last session. And I went for the extra rep to match the preacher curls, but didn't quite get it. I had to bail out. So still satisfied with the 0.5 kilos. And like I say, I'm going to expand on that in an upcoming video, why it's so important to kind of think of these concepts when you're approaching your progressive overload.